Today I will be rating every single bee inside of Bee Swarm. Bee Swarm has 46 bee types and I'm gonna be rating every single one of them. And keep in mind that this is just my personal opinion, so if you disagree with me, please tell me in the comments. And if you find this video useful in any way, or you just find it entertaining, please drop a like and sub. But yeah, beside that, let's get right into the rating. We are starting off very strong with Baby Bee, which is going into S tier. Now look, not every single hive color uses Baby Bee, but Baby Bee is just so good in early, mid game, and even end game that I have to put it in S tier. If you don't know why Baby Bee is so good, it's because it gives you baby love. And baby love gives you ×2 pollen, which is pretty freaking good to say the least. And the great thing about Baby Bee is it's super easy to get, which is why it's going into S tier. Moving on, Photon Bee, I'm gonna put it in very good. I know, very controversial, but like bro, I don't even use Photon Bee in my blue hive. Obviously, 5% instant conversion is good, but I just don't need it because I'm blue. Blue hives don't make much honey from instant conversion. So yeah, Photon Bee is very freaking good, but it's just not used in every single hive. Next up, we got Bomber Bee, also known as Iraq Bee, which I'm gonna put in trash. Now look, literally barely anyone uses Bomber Bee. The only type of hive I see using Bomber Bee is blue. For some reason, I don't have Bomber Bee in my hive. But anyway, only blue hives use Bomber Bee. And some blue hives don't even use it, so Bomber Bee is barely ever used. The only reason I see someone using it is when they're literally in the early game and they're just trying to get a bunch of gifted bee types. That's when I see people using Bomber Bee. So yeah, Bomber Bee is pretty trash. Next up, we got Brave Bee. I'm gonna put it in decent. Obviously, Brave Bee is pretty good for attack hives. It's really good in the Robo Challenge, and it's good for Star Saw if you're a red or white hive because you get +1 bee attack, and that means you get to convert more pollen. It's pretty complicated, but yeah, Brave Bee is pretty useful sometimes, which is why it's going in decent. Next up, Bubble Bee. Decent. Only blue hives ever really use it. Yeah, you get extra bubble pollen from Bubble Bee, so it's pretty alright. Moving on, Bucko, same thing. It's going into decent for obvious reasons. Only blue hives use it. But wait, yeah, Bucko Bee only gives you 20% blue field capacity. I guess it could be useful in mid game. I decided to add a new row, so we have alright tier and only good sometimes. So I'm gonna move Brave Bee up and keep both of these guys only good sometimes because, you know, they're only good if you're a blue hive. So moving on, we have Bumblebee, only good sometimes if you are a blue hive or early game player. Now, Bumblebee gives you capacity, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, ×1.1 capacity, but that's barely anything. So Bumblebee could be good if you're early or mid game or if you're a blue hive. Next up, Carpenter Bee. I'm gonna put this bad boy in S tier. I like to call Carpenter Bee the budget vector bee because it pretty much does the same thing minus the triangulates. It gives you a bunch of marks, which are incredibly good for early and mid game because you can literally get like ×2.5 pollen from the Carpenter Bee marks, and you only need like 5 of these Carpenter Bees to get a bunch of marks. And Carpenters can also help you convert pollen while you're in the field, which is pretty OP. Give me a Festive Bean, please. I did not get a Festive Bean, that is a scam. But yeah, Carps are pretty freaking good. Moving on, Cobalt Bee. You know what? It's just alright. I'm not gonna put it in only good sometimes because Cobalt Bee is pretty freaking good most of the time. If you're a mid-game player and you're trying to gift bees for the Supreme Star Amulet, Cobalt might be a good choice, especially if you're a mixed hive. Or obviously if you're a blue hive, you don't want to fill up too much. And also, Cobalt is really good for the Robo Challenge if you're a blue hive, because if you get a white field as a challenge, your blue bombs collect as much pollen from white flowers as they do from blue flowers, which is pretty OP. So yeah, Cobalt Bee is really good most of the time. Next up, Commander, S tier. Why would you not have a Commander? That's just extra critical chance that you might as well have. Well, I don't have it because I don't need critical chance.
I don't have it.
Blue hives are weird. They make honey the weirdest way possible. But yeah, Commander is really good. So especially if you're a mid game or early game or mixed hive, you should definitely have Commander. Next up, Cool Bee. Only good sometimes. You get blue pollen from this, so I guess it's pretty mid. Moving on, Crimson, going right next to the Cobalt Bee. Most red hives run Crimson to fill up less. Next up, Demon Bee. Life in Prison if used. Why would you ever use a Demon Bee? There is literally no scenario in your life where you should be using a Demon Bee. You get red bombs, you get flames. Bro, that is useless. Like, what the heck? All right, so please do not use Demon Bee. If you do, I will be very angry with you. Next up, Demo Bee. Life in Prison if used. Damn, we're just getting the trash cans back to back. What does Demo Bee even give you? Gives you Buzz Bomb pollen. Bro, what the hell even is a Buzz Bomb? No, I'm just kidding. But you don't need this. Trash. Life in Prison if you use. So Diamond Bee, I'm gonna say only good sometimes. It's only good if you're an early game player and you're converting a lot. I guess the convert rate might be useful, and also if you're a blue hive, but I don't even run Diamond Bee. Next up, Exhausted. Only good sometimes. From Exhausted Bee, you get 20% white field capacity, which you don't really need if you're not a mixed hive or a white hive. Even if you're a white hive, you probably don't need it. So you know what? I'm gonna move Exhausted Bee down to trash. Basic Bee. I'm gonna say it's alright. Okay, I'm just kidding. S tier, obviously. times 1.2 pollen. Who doesn't want that? It doesn't matter if you're early or mid game or end game, you definitely need basic bee in your hive. And make sure you get 4% bee ability rate on that bad boy like I do on my digital bee. Basic bee has a bunch of abilities which you don't want to miss out on. We got digital bee, S tier. The only reason all of these all-time leaderboard players have like 200 quadrillion honey and 100 quadrillion is because of digital bee. It is literally the most broken bee in the history of Beestorm Simulator, so please get it as soon as possible, and also max drives, which will literally take hundreds of hours, but it's worth it. But yeah, digital bee, pretty slay. Very slay, actually, so I'm just gonna move it to the very front of S tier because of how good it is. Festive bee, S tier. You literally get a free Festive Bean for like 10 seconds, and you also get a bunch of cool rewards, which is like gambling, and I have a gambling addiction, which is why I love Festive Bee. Speaking of which, time to gamble. Give it silver egg, give me something good. And that's a scam. Moving on, Fire Bee, life imprisoned fuse, because why would you use it? Even red hives don't use Fire Bee. It's kind of a scam. Bear Bee, S tier. Every single person should have it, but it's kind of pay to win, so not everyone can have it. Frosty Bee, you know what? It's kind of trash. Frosty Bee gives blue bomb pollen. Actually, you know what? It's kind of useful, so let's move it to only good sometimes. Only good if you're a blue hive, because if you're not a blue hive, you don't need blue bomb pollen, because you're not gonna have blue bombs. Yeah, Buoyant Bee, very good. It's rarely ever used in any hive other than blue, but when you are a blue hive, you want as many buoyants as possible. I literally have 20, like what the heck? So yeah, if you're not a blue hive, this is probably a little useless to you. But it does give times 1.2 capacity, which is great if you're in mid game or even end game when you're still a mixed hive. So yeah, Gummy Bee, I'm gonna say very good. Do I even have a Gummy Bee? I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, I don't. So that's why it's very good, because if you're not a white hive, it's kind of useless too, but Gummy Bee is still also kind of insane. So for white hives, it's really good, but for red and blue, Gummy Bee is kind of useless. That's why we don't have it, because we're normal. Okay, Hasty Bee, you know what? Very good. I don't even run a Hasty Bee, or do I? Okay, I do. But some hives don't, because they just get a bunch of bee quips to replace Hasty Bee. So Hasty Bee isn't always used nowadays, but the player move speed is pretty nice, which is why I'm putting it in very good. Lime Bee, trash. Liquor Bee, very good. It does give a bit of critical power, and not every hive uses it. I know attack hives definitely do, but blue hives don't, because I don't need it. Tadpole, straight to S tier. Now, I might be a little biased because I have a few tadpoles myself, but I think Tadpole is really freaking good. Number one, attack be out here with 1 attack. Tadpole attack got buffed by 2. It's literally a 1 now. It used to be 0.5. The speed is good. The energy is really good. Okay, I'm just kidding. But it's really good for blue boost if you're a blue hive, and baby love. I know some red and white hives that do the Robo Challenge run the Tadpole, which is why I'm putting it in the S tier. Some mythics like Buoyant Bee, no one other than blue uses, but Tadpole literally every single hive color sometimes uses, which is why it's going in S tier. Moving on, Music Bee, S. Everyone should have it. I have 4 of these bad boys myself, although I should only have 3. But from these Music Bees, you get Melody and Focus and Token Link, which is all very freaking important. So everyone should have at least 3 gifted Music Bees. And Pollen from Bee Gathering. Okay, I don't even know what that does, but it's pretty cool. Moving on, Ninja Bee, trash. Yeah, because Ninja Bee, kind of useless, even though I have it. I don't think 5B move speed is that good. If you really want 5B move speed, just play for 420 days and you get that from the Playtime Grandmaster badge. That's much easier than getting a gifted Ninja Bee anyway. Puppy Bee, it's alright. Puppy Bee can give you a bunch of extra capacity, but beside that, it's not really useful when you're in the end game. It's only good if you're trying to level up your hive, so that's why I recommend people have it when they're in mid game, because it saves you a bunch of honey. But yeah, beside that, Puppy Bee doesn't really do much. It doesn't collect pollen, doesn't really give you good rewards. Only thing in the end game that it can be useful for is extra capacity, which is why I'm putting it in alright. Rage Bee, it's only useful sometimes. Token Link is pretty useful, but beside that, plus 10% bee attack. It's not even plus 1 bee attack anymore, it's 10%. I guess that's pretty solid. I'm gonna move it up to alright just because of that. Spicy Bee, it's alright. Only red hives use it. If you're a white hive or blue hive, you will literally never even touch a Spicy Bee in your life. Unlike something like the Tadpole, which every hive can use, Spicy is only good for red hives. Man, I'm just trying to record, and this cute fella just keeps walking in. He likes the computer. I find the computer very interesting too. Alright, and he's gone. Good. Back to the rating I go. Rascal Bee. Only good sometimes if you're a red hive. Riley. Only good sometimes. Shocked Bee. Wait, I think that gives white pollen. Okay, I'm correct. Times 1.1 white pollen, which isn't even that much. So I'm gonna be generous and put it in trash. Shy bee, trash, because why would you use one? Wait, it gives 5 bee ability pollen. I remember it used to give stuff from nectars, but not anymore, I guess. So actually, I'm gonna move shy bee to alright because that 5% could be useful. Stubborn, I'm gonna say alright. Even though the token lifespan is really good, a lot of people just don't need it because they're actually good at the game. I'm not good at the game. I actually suck at the game if you didn't know. I'm very broke, only 800 trillion honey in the bag, only 4,000 tickets, only 5 gifted mythic eggs. Okay, I'll stop flexing. But you get the point. If you're good at the game, you don't need Stubborn Bee, which is why I'm putting in alright. Next up, Tab. Yeah, everyone needs one. Little Tab is pretty slay. That's why I have one right here. Vicious Bee, it's you know, it's alright. Actually, you know what? Vicious Bee, I'm gonna say trash. Look, I'm a blue hive, and Vicious Bee is a blue bee, and I don't even use Vicious Bee. I'm not even sure if Robo Challenge hives use it, so that's why it's going in trash. Windy Bee, I'm gonna say very good. Now, obviously, red and blue hives don't need a Windy Bee, because they don't need the white boost tokens, but white hive absolutely needs a Windy Bee, and you know, white hives are the ones making the most. They're the ones making like 200 quadrillion honey out here, so that's exactly why Windy Bee is so good. Precise, I'm gonna say S tier. White hives and red hives would absolutely not work without a precise bee, or without a lot of precise bees actually, because they need like 10 each. But I was a red hive for a while. Precise bees are a lot of fun to use, but I'm not rating the bees based on fun. I'm rating them based on how OP they are, and precise bee most definitely is OP. Vector, very good. Actually, you know what? Vector Bee goes onto S tier. Because even though blue hives don't use it, who the hell cares about blue hives anymore? Blue hives are trash, like me. Just kidding, I'm pro. But the two best hive colors in the game, red and white, they most definitely need Vector Bees. At least a few of them. Fuzzy Bee, I'm gonna say very good. People think Fuzzy Bee is the best mythic, but like bro, you're not gonna use more than one in your hive? And literally not a single endgame player has a Fuzzy Bee in their hive. Because it's kind of a waste, they have Fuzzy alts for that. And that's another reason Fuzzy is going into very good, is because it's really good for alt accounts. But this video isn't really about that, it's just about what bees you would put in your hive. And Fuzzy Bee, you don't really need more than one. That's exactly what I have. I just have one Fuzzy Bee. And yeah, Fuzzy Bee is really good, but it's definitely not S tier. I'm actually gonna drag Digital Bee out of here for the little twist I've planned. And for the final bee, I'm gonna have this puppy decided. Alright, so Digital Bee, probably the best bee in the game, gets this, and Honeybee, yeah. Okay, Doggy, what do you prefer? What bee is better? Well, it's obvious, it's Honeybee. You know, the vote is pretty fair. Treat on both bees. Here. Yeah, it's obviously Honeybee, the best bee in the game. Alright, it's obvious. Honeybee is a true god, S tier, most definitely. And Digital Bee is trash. Life in prison if you use. But seriously though, Honeybee, it's alright, you know, just it's chill. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and tell me what you think of my tier list. This is what it looks like at the end. If you think any of these bees should be in a different spot, tell me in the comments. And also, if you want to argue with others online, please join my Discord. Link in the description. And since I'm asking so kindly today, subscribe and drop a like. Because why not? It's free. And I like high numbers. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.